Yo, what's going on, everyone? My name is Corey. This is the Mother's House Podcast, and we in the building today. You just got me for right now, and I want to touch on the death of Jeffrey Epstein. Apparently, he had committed suicide on August. What's today's date? The 10th, August 10th, 2019. He was in jail under suicide watch. I think they said he just got out of suicide watch, and he still was able to commit suicide, which make you question the whole suicide thing with Jeffrey Epstein. If you don't know who Jeffrey Epstein is a financier and a business mogul for a lot of politicians. He's very closely associated with the Clintons, Donald Trump, a lot of entertainment people, and he's well known. He's a very popular known child pedophile. He was in jail for child trafficking, pedophile trafficking, sex trafficking, and it's the talk of the town or the talk of the moment. Because everyone's talking about it, and you probably clicked on here to see what our 2 cents is on this topic. And it's nothing too different from what everybody else you probably listen to as well. And I just figured that with his death, or with his suicide or murder, however you want to play it out, there's going to be a lot of conspiracies, because a lot of things had left with his death. There's a lot of things unanswered, but it also did pull the veil, pull the curtains back. So, you know what I'm saying? It got into the point where we're starting to see the corruption. And the thing about power, absolute power always corrupts. You know what I'm saying? Nobody makes millions and billions of dollars without exploiting people. You know what I'm saying? And Jeffrey Epstein, he's just a little chip in the iceberg and a big domino effect. You know what I'm saying? So that's why he had to go. He was as soon as he got locked up, it was like destined for his time on this earth was very short. And I think he was on bail or was getting ready to try to request bail, and he ended up killing himself right after some documents had came out. 200-page documents regarding to his case. And Jeffrey Epstein, I'm more than likely think he was probably about to sing, or he was singing. You know what I'm saying? He was naming names. Jeffrey Epstein, he's not a really smart guy. He's like a trust fund baby. And the interesting thing about this whole ordeal is the fact that, a lot of people was going to come, a lot of powerful people, a lot of people, well-known people that people have favoritism towards, you know what I'm saying, on both parties was going to get outed out on being the sickles that a lot of these people really are. You know what I'm saying? And there's rumors all throughout the rumor mill, all around the conspiracy circles, and it's showing, conspiracy or not, sick people are out here, man. And the crazy thing about it, man, is we do not value the life and protection of our children. We don't. You know what I'm saying? We don't. We leave our children to be scarred. We leave our children to be harmed. We leave our children to be exploited. You even look at the basketball teams. You look at everything within this society. It's not built to raise children. It's not built to empower, enrich them, give them the tools they need, make sure they have wealth and knowledge. We leave our children out here to try, because we trying to fend for ourselves, trying to fend for them. It's so deep that this corruption falls, this umbrella of corruption falls under. Jeffrey Epstein, also I think about with this whole case, you can't help but think about the next big person that they got behind bars, R. Kelly. Pretty sure R. Kelly is going to end up singing, and I'm pretty sure R. Kelly is going to find some way in the news that R. Kelly had knocked himself out, took his own life. Because the thing is, these men, R. Kelly, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, a lot of these men, they may have some power, and they use their power and are sloppy. And even though the people who are behind and support, who was in cohorts with them, making the moves with them, and the people that they was working under and for, these guys are like the little pawns. They like, okay, they got caught up, and they dumb enough to get caught up. That's how they think. They dumb enough to get caught up. Well, shit, let them get it. They gonna have to face the museum. They start having he got any inclination. They start fidgeting on their loyalty. We gotta take them out. They gotta go. And I'm not saying necessarily. It's all alleged. It's not necessarily like I think that the Clintons killed them or Trump. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know. You will never know. That's the whole thing about conspiracies. Conspiracy is a realm that keep people guessing. That's the whole purpose of a conspiracy. It's a realm to keep you confused, keep you guessing, keep you asking the questions, when the question would never really be answered. When everyone knows the real answer, it's to me, conspiracy is such an interesting thing. We all know what's going down. We all see what's going down. I'm just interested in the whole fact that everything that transpired with Jeffrey Epstein, who is going to affect down the line, domino effects, like where this going to stop at. Because I doubt it gets to the main people who really orchestrate these sex trafficking rings, these children going missing. Because, even in the United States, there's a lot of kids going missing on a daily basis. Not that long ago, it was like, I think, almost 14, was it 14 or 16? I did a video not that long ago, probably last year, I think, with like 16 girls from DC were just disappearing. Young black girls just disappearing. Sex trafficking, organ harvesting. It's so many people. Even to this day, I think I saw another article where it's like it's an epidemic, or not an epidemic, but it's a lot of young kids going missing in like Louisiana or somewhere. That's when Katrina happened. A lot of kids got just misplaced, don't know where they ain't going. The whole thing was going on with I'm sorry guys, I'm having a brain fart. The children in the camps, the children in the immigration camps. Where are their parents at? Why they can't get connected with their parents? What they're going to do with these kids? There's a lot of damn kids. What are they going to do with these kids? You know what I'm saying? It questions your mind, like, who has the power? Why are they using this power? Why are they going to these extremes? Why do they do these extremes? What makes them do these extremes? It doesn't. And the answer to all that is that absolute power corrupts every fucking thing. That's just the matter of the beast. When you have the power, you're gonna abuse it. If you have the power, you're gonna end up abusing it. You dig what I'm saying? And the thing is about the Aquarius age that we coming into. If you want to get metaphysical about the metaphysical thing, there's no one person. It's not just one man doing one thing. It's not just one woman doing one thing. It's a collective thing that's going on all fronts. Whether you're starting a revolution, whether it's ADOS, whether it's Black Lives Matter, whether it's the LGBTQ, with the women's rights, whatever organization doing anything, it's not just about one person. It's not run by just one person. It takes a group of collectives to make things happen. And with Jeffrey Epstein, he's not the one only person that's doing harm and continuing. Because I'm pretty sure that sex trafficking ring is still going. Still going. Even though they got Jeffrey Epstein, they might have the lady that was orchestrating some of the girls, getting them into places. Probably got her bound up. But still, at the same time, there's other players in this. And Jeffrey Epstein had the knowledge and names of those other players. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with R. Kelly. There's other players within his whole sex trafficking rant. With his whole sexual. And the thing is, these men are sexual demons. These men are sick individuals. So ain't no tears lost. You know what I'm saying? With Jeffrey Epstein killing stuff. It's just very unfortunate for the victims not being able to get true justice, because that's the whole thing. When people have power, they don't. When they have absolute power, they don't get convicted. Now, granted, their empire may crumble, but they won't get convicted. You know what I'm saying? They may kill themselves because their empire crumbling and people are closing in on them. But there's a lot of, you're gonna see a lot of people fall victim to this, and you're gonna see a lot of heads getting knocked off of this. You know what I'm saying? And granted, I'm just joking. Just so you political, you people that like to listen to everybody YouTube channel and want to come after them. Look, I'm joking. I don't know nothing. All I know that Jeffrey Epstein has killed himself, and it's very, very interesting. It's very, very interesting circumstances, and really coincidental that he killed himself within this early of his case. You know what I'm saying? And we just gotta protect our kids, bro. Come on, sis. We got to protect the children. We have to. It doesn't stop with just Jeffrey Epstein. It also goes to your uncles who's a little bit more flirtier than they need to be. It goes to your cousins who are a little bit more sexually aggressive than they need to be. It goes to your aunties who are a little bit sexually aggressive. It goes to so many people, because the whole problem with pedophilia, the whole problem with sex trafficking, the whole problem with this whole thing is that within our culture, with black culture, me growing up, I grew up in the, I guess you could say I'm a 90s kid. I was born in the 80s, 85. So through the 90s, pimp culture was a big thing since the 70s and the 60s. Like, people glorified the pimp culture. And the thing is, if you really pay attention where the pimp culture comes from, it comes from the trafficking of young black women. Slavery. It comes from slavery and how they breed black women to be, to have babies from slaves and different people. The mixing of the children, the mixing of the races. It's such a deep-rooted history about pimping that I never understood and never respected a pimp. There's no pimp in this world that I can say, you got my respect, brother. Like, none. You know what I'm saying? I can't respect that, because that falls straight in line to the works of Jeffrey Epstein. They fall straight in line in the works of R. Kelly. It falls straight in line of the works of Harvey Weinstein and a lot of these other weirdos and creeps that I can't really name names about. Because, one, I don't know them. Two, nobody truly knows them until the word get out. And I think the veil's starting to come out. We about to see people who they really are, because that's the whole thing about the Aquarius age that I spoke earlier. The Aquarius age is an enlightening age. It's putting a shine on the groups and the groups of people that doing the dirt, and it's starting to weed them out, and new factions that are going to start coming to power. New things going to start coming to power, and then also with that, new corruptions is going to start formulating from those things. So we got to be mindful, we got to be diligent, and keep close to our children. I think it's an old African proverb or old African saying that when you greet your fellow brother and sister, ask how the children are. How your children are. They are the keys, they are the value, they are the things that you have to put first within the community. If we don't put the kids first, where do our future go? Where do we lead when we leave here? You know what I'm saying? So I just want to come on here real quick, give you my 2 cents. I spoke about about 14, 35 minutes, maybe 15 minutes. But yo, tell me what y'all think about this whole Jeffrey Epstein thing. Y'all have any conspiracies? Y'all want to have a conversation and chat within the comment section? Let's do that. Let's not get too deep because we don't want to get our channel taken off. But just tell me what y'all think, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thank y'all for listening to me. And I'll catch y'all on the next time. Peace.
I will not raise my daughter differently than my mother raised me. The rearing I got from my mother, words cannot express. I could live in any time, I could live in any country, I could live on any planet, and I would be fine.
What was the key? What did your mother know? What truth was coming through your mother that's going to come through you to your daughter?
My mother gave us aphorisms to learn as children. And there are two that stand out foremost in my mind. One is, the inner reality creates the outer form. I learned this when I was in grade school. I was very young. And the other is, the universe bears no ill to me. I bear no ill to it.